Hello, this is for a capture point tutorial. You can see my desktop and that we have the capture point logo right here. So if you want to begin, you can double click on the capture point logo. It'll open up the capture point program, and at this point you can look at the capture point program. Here's the different modifications to programs that we have made or saved projects. You can open current projects, and we can start here by going in and creating a new capture point project. And as we create a new capture point project, what we're able to do is capture the entire screen, which is everything, or we can just isolate a window. And for today's session, what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly isolate a window. The window that I want to focus in on is the email window. So if I open up my email program and click on the new email, we can see a window open up. I drag the Finder tool, which looks like a little target, into the appropriate window. You'll see it outlined in black, and as I release it, it lets me go through the next option, adjust some settings if I need to, and then the final settings for the stop recording, manually recording, and so on. As I finish here, you're going to see a red border around the screen, and as I click Start, you're going to hear a shutter sound, which signifies that it takes a picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Todd, and I'll wait. And as you hear that sound, you can go ahead and click with your cursor. So it took a picture of the next screen, so now I insert my action. It takes a picture of the next screen, so I'll insert my action to that. And after you hear that sound, you can either go away from your computer, you can come back, but the sound is literally the trigger point of when it takes a recording. So I'll click and wait. And as I go through this program, when I'm satisfied with the way that my recording looks, I can Control E, it'll stop recording, and it'll lay my recording out in a PowerPoint format. In this PowerPoint format, you can see that the screenshots were taken and they're on the main stage here. The callouts were inserted for you. In Capture Point, what you are able to do is you're able to double click on the callout and move the location of it. If you want to edit that call out even further, you can click on the edit button, and then right here you can say type in Todd in the to line, and then it adds it into the call out. And as you go through these slides one at a time, notice that you've got the flexibility of taking them, moving the order, reordering these, which are difficult to do on a recording, but with screenshots it's very easy. So we can see that here this is all pointed out. This one is pointing to the correct area. This one here, if I want to resize that or move it around, I've got the freedom of doing that. This one's a little bit off, so I'll move it around. So as you go through these one at a time, you can see that things are lined up where they are. Also in Capture Point, it's got several additional enhancements that's been made to it. One of the enhancements, actually that's been there all along, is the ability to pick a slide and record your own audio. And you'll see there's a sound studio that allows you to import audio or record your own audio. That's up to you. And then whatever you do, you are able to click on the edit button, and the edit button will allow you to snip and clip and provide a simplified way to edit your recordings. Now the other options that we have with this is there's a little paintbrush here, so if you want to edit the screenshot itself, you've got the edit capability of opening up the underlying screen capture. If you want to go in here and identify some areas, for example, we'll take the paintbrush, we'll change the color to blue, and what we can do is hit OK. So now if I want to make something blue, I'll use the paint can, and so now I can make that line blue, or I can hit the Control Z and undo it. But it's a very simplified Windows editor that's built in, and it allows you to edit the screenshot itself. And I will not save. Another quick and fast way to look at this is we've added these little zoom in, zoom out functions. So if I want to zoom in, it'll let me zoom in to the point where I can easily see what's going on. Or if your screenshot's rather large, you can zoom out to see more of a full area of your screenshot. And there is also an export to Word option here. So if I click on that export to Word option, it'll populate a window here that gives me some some ability to change it up. So if I want 1 screen per page or 4 screens per page, it'll let me do that. I can include my slide notes, which are down here at the bottom, or my interactions. That's up to you. A lot of times people use the slide notes for voiceovers, or just notes to go with the slide for the developers to understand the slide better. So I'll hit OK, and what it'll do at this point is it will export these 6 frames out to a Word document, and in that Word document you can then use that for face-to-face training, or for handouts, or for any type of session where the instructor-led training goes on. And as I open up the document, there's the Word doc that it automatically sends these screenshots to. And you can see there's all 6 frames there. The yellow callouts are preserved, so they do come over. If we wanted to remove those, we did have that option before. And since you are in a Word doc now, you do have the option of typing in extra notes or extra directions here on each page. Now, as I pop back over into this area here, the only thing that we have not done is we have not saved this project yet. And as I save the project, what you are able to do is save it. It'll save it into a folder automatically. And if you notice where that folder is at, it is in your C drive. Under the users, documents will have capture point, and projects if you're on a Vista system. If you're on a Windows 7 or XP, it may be slightly different, but just take note that it does automatically save that in a location for you. As you save this, we'll save it as email. I'll override the old one. So now I've got, there we go. So now it's overridden the old one, and then what you can do as a capture point person is then email that screen capture project to a developer for them to use it. If there are any other questions, please let me know. Thanks.